Episode 2 of my podcast, The Human Condition, is now live on YouTube and Spotify. Please click the links below after this video. Check it out if you want some company after. We're building it from nothing, and I really hope you like it because I think it's great. Onto the video. Jake and Logan Paul seemingly announced that they are fighting in March. Seems to look that way after the stuff I have seen and these clips I'm about to present to you today. We'll get on to the announcement, but I want to show these clips first. I have two podcasts that I want to cast your eyes onto that show these clips of Jake and Logan. One's older, but one is more recent, and it's so weird and fucked up. And guess what? Logan Paul turns out to be the biggest narcissistic freak of them all. Firstly, let's talk about the older podcast. It is so hard to watch. Logan starts by accusing Jake of sniping his fights.
We'll see, bro, because you definitely sniped the Nate Diaz fight from me, and I've been so lenient in giving you your opponents.
And Jake, rightfully so, gets like defensive and angry, saying, well, you're not the pick. Like, you're not the one who makes the shots for my fights. You're not giving me anything.
But it's not your option to give me my opponents. you haven't fought anyone. You don't fight real fights. It's just not your option to give me my opponents. You're not even a fighter. Like, you do exhibitions and lost like 4 years ago. It's not your option to like give me my fights. That me and Nate Diaz have been talking about that for years, and then you popped up and were like, no, now it's my turn. I want that fight, and then start talking shit, and then try to like get the fight in Saudi Arabia, like on the microphone, and like trying to like jump in on all of these things.
And Logan cannot help himself. He is truly what I would describe as a nightmare older brother who hates his little brother's success so much.
I think I'm better than you, and I think Nate chose you for a reason, and I think everyone knows that.
This argument I actually think is fucking insane. Logan thinks people are only picking Jake Paul because he's so great, he's so tough, he's so awesome. No one would dare pick him for a fight, and Jake's way easier. Jake, who's actually boxed a shit ton, actually fought and knocked out loads of people. He's the easier fight, not Logan, because Logan thinks so highly of himself. Logan then proceeds to be even more brain dead.
What do you mean?
Even in
But what have you done to prove that you're better than me?
I don't know. Went toe to toe 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time.
What is that take? I remember these clips coming out, but rewatching this podcast, it's even worse. Especially now we all know what we know of Logan. He is such a deluded asshole. He thinks because he exhibition Mayweather and lost, he's better than Jake Paul. Now, you can argue up and down if you think Jake's opponents are insanely good, but he won fights against people who can fight. This episode, there's not going to be a shortage of dumb fuck statements by Logan Paul. The next one being this.
But
for you
I yielded, bro, and I'm tired of not being picked because you're an easier fight.
He truly believes this as well. That is like the worst part. He's so in his own head, in his own world of I'm Logan, the world revolves around Logan, that he actually thinks this is true.
I didn't take a fight from you that wasn't necessarily yours. It's whoever's it's in the ethos.
But motherfuckers are avoiding me. They are avoiding me or picking someone else, and that's obnoxious. And everyone secretly knows why. No one wants to say it.
I'm calling it. Logan is the least self-aware man I've ever seen on the internet. Logan, the only obnoxious thing happening are the words flapping out your gums. Logan then almost has a legitimate stroke trying to get to his point here, whatever point he is trying to make against Jake.
Dude, this kid's been on every fucking Sports Illustrated, every ESPN magazine. He is the face of boxing right now. You are the face. You are the face of W.
So that's why I'm curious, because you are the face of at least this weird like influencer crossover.
It's deeper than that. It's
whatever you want to call it. Because you are the face of it, and I can also sell an insane fucking number of pay-per-views, and I'm not in my potential opponent's head. Wouldn't it be an easier fight to fight me, and yet they're still choosing you?
What the fuck was his point? Because Jake is the face of influencer boxing, it'd be an easier fight to pick Logan, but they're still picking Jake? What? Where the fuck do any of these dots connect to make that point. They just don't. This is the biggest mental gymnastics I've ever seen. Pay-per-view numbers become extremely sensitive to Logan. Don't mention that to him, because he then can't accept that Jake does better pay-per-view numbers and makes passive-aggressive slights to Jake like the rat he is.
Wouldn't you think, oh, one of them has a losing record and he can sell the same, if not more, pay-per-views. One of them has a winning record and can sell a good amount of pay-per-views as well.
Jake then puts Logan in his place, thankfully.
No, but I've proven to sell more pay-per-views consistently, time and time again. I'm active. I have a promotional company. We do, bigger deals, huge guarantees, like a lot of revenue.
I don't buy it.
What do you mean you don't buy?
I just don't think that
it's more legitimate. We have a better production. We are doing it on a consistent basis. I'm active. You're inactive. You don't have the momentum in the fight world. You're not as respected as a fighter.
Then they start really going at each other. That was just the taste then. Going at each other's teams.
Well, and relationships,
you know what I'm saying?
bro. Like, people don't like to work with your team. People hate your team.
I could say the same thing.
They hate your team.
I could say the same
Okay,
thing.
let's
You
chill
could
out.
you could
Let's-
but you
let's chill out.
could say that you could say the same thing, but the evidence doesn't show that. So it's like,
Let's chill out. You have a fight coming up. Let's talk about it again after that fight.
You can tell they are mad. Logan more so than Jake. Logan, I think, is taking it to this next level, saying Jake's an easy fight, like prodding him, taking any success Jake has away from him and putting himself above every accolade Jake has. Logan then gets super sensitive about Jake not allowing Prime into his event because the people paying millions to sponsor Jake's event was a competing product, Celsius.
Nikisa banned DAZN from mentioning or bringing in Prime to the stadium. They said I would get kicked out if I brought a Prime bottle. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. Do you think I would ever ban you from promoting any of your shit at any of my events? That's ridiculous.
wait, that's because of who the partner, the competing partner was
Marcos
for the
texted
event.
us 4 times with stipulations listed out, paragraphs.
Yeah, get over it. Like, and
Dude,
meanwhile,
come on, I'm your brother building a
oh
business.
yeah, you're my brother building a business. You
who's-
love to play both sides,
who's
bro.
yielding
What's the
here?
what other
You
side
play
am I playing?
both
What other
sides.
side am I playing?
You play both sides.
What's
and it's
the
like,
other side that I'm playing?
I'll partner with all of your enemies. Like, I have,
Bro,
I
my
have
life is
all-
my life. Your life is your life. If you want
But
to create
see, you
beef
love
with-
to play both. You love to play both sides.
I mean, Jake really does have a point, and you can see it time and time again of Logan. He is the king of trying to play the, I gotta look out for my brother, man. He's my brother. I'd do anything for him. While cozying up and partnering with someone who Jake Paul considers his arch nemesis and hates, all just for business. But when it's convenient for Logan, he's like, man, you're my brother. Why wouldn't you let me do that? But when Jake's like, well, you're my brother, why would you partner up with KSI? Well, that's just business, Jake. That's just business. Logan seriously is the worst big brother. Not only did he bang Jake Paul's girlfriend, Alyssa Violet, he can never, ever let Jake have any accomplishments at all without feeling insecure or lashing out. He clearly has massive issues with Jake doing well and just can't handle anyone being more successful than him because he is a narcissistic fuck. This is my favorite part. Logan then has the audacity to end this by lecturing Jake like this.
If you were really smart, you'd know that we are all doing this. This isn't an or space, it's an and space. We don't have to be competing against each other.
Does this man not hear himself speak? Is he that much of a numbskull? He is so far up his own arse, he's covered in shit. You are the opposite of that, Logan. You have shown in this podcast the opposite of that completely. I then want to move on to his next interview they did really recently, and I find this hilarious how wound up Logan gets at Jake for the stupidest insults, but Logan just can't handle anything. So the podcast, starts with Logan putting Jake down as he usually does.
You remind me of Elon Musk, like a much less successful, bigger headed, more aggressive Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's a really big compliment.
Dude, how are you even going to walk around anymore and not get recognized? Especially because, again, your head is so big. You're so recognizable.
Yeah, it's just like a giant rooster head.
It then inevitably turns to the conversation of them fighting each other. You can guess how this one's gonna go.
Who are you fighting next?
Everybody.
Me?
Yeah, I'll fight you.
You would fight me?
Why not? You're fucking tiny.
Big. I'm taller than you.
You're still tiny.
That doesn't even make any sense.
You're just a tiny little guy.
Bro, just
You're just
because
a tiny little pickle.
bro.
You're such a tiny little pickle, you little little pickle.
Whatever
Oh,
happened
you're so cute.
2 or
little-
3 years ago,
You are a cute little
where
pickle.
you got inflated. It's like somebody inflated you. Doesn't make me tiny. I just didn't get inflated.
I love how triggered Logan looks by Jake calling Logan a tiny little pickle.
You little
No.
pickle.
Whatever
Oh, you're
happened
so cute.
2 or 3 years.
Some like childish insult, like who cares? Logan's like, no, I'm not a tiny little pickle. No, not me. This only gets worse. 'Cause Jake continues to wind up Logan, and I can't lie, I'm loving it.
It would go
My
crazy.
tiny little Pomeranian buddy. Yeah, he's so tiny, Thor.
Logan is trying so hard to hold it in.
He's so tiny, Thor.
No one gets under Logan's skin better than Jake. They then get into who they think would win the fight, and you know, Logan hates it.
Well, yeah, it would just be good because like I would be down because I wouldn't have to be the one to like because it would suck to be the one that has to deal with, you know, losing, but I wouldn't be the one that would have to deal
I have
with
the
that,
opposite
so.
perspective. I feel like ruining my little brother's boxing career would be so bad and mean. Like I would get, people would be like, you're such a bad older brother, like they already say, but now you ruined his career as well.
Yeah, but you're just a little pickle. You're just a tiny.
I'm not.
You're like a tiny little.
One, Logan still thinks he would beat Jake, which I truly do find hilarious. I'm not saying it's completely out of possibility, but Jake would win. Like, he's actually a boxer. And two, Logan is a tiny little pickle. Please comment below, Logan's a tiny little pickle.
Yeah, but you're just a little pickle. You're just a tiny.
I'm not.
You're like a tiny little.
Why does that make him so mad? Being called a tiny little pickle isn't the only thing Logan hates being called. Never ever call Logan Paul handsome Squidward.
My God, handsome Squidward is what you look like.
Not at all.
You look like handsome
No, I
Squidward.
don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
He is so upset. No, I'm not handsome Squidward. No, Jake. No, I'm not a tiny little pickle. No. If my comments aren't filled with people calling Logan a tiny little pickle or handsome Squidward,
What you look like.
not at all.
You look like handsome
No, I
Squidward.
don't.
I will be thoroughly disappointed in everyone watching. Now, while you're at it, leave a like if you think Logan looks like handsome Squidward. We have all the juices for a fight. We have all the ingredients here for a fight. Jake Paul said in December 10th, big announcement in January, boxing. And then today, Logan and Jake both tweeted out saying, a moment you've waited a decade for, March 27th on stream on Max, showing a face-to-face picture of Logan and Jake. Now, what I just showed you, there is definitely unfinished business, hidden resentment, things they want to sort out. Logan, I think, would be much more willing to fight Jake, even if he said in the past he wasn't. I really think Logan would love the opportunity to prove he's better than Jake once and for all. I think Jake wants it less, but he's just defensive because Logan never gives him any credit and never gives him any, you know, never uplifts him. Just goes and bangs Jake's girlfriends, you know, puts him down all the time. I would love to see that fight though. Oh my God. And I hope Jake slaps the shit out of Logan. I can't lie. They're both, I don't like Jake or Logan, but if we're talking just their dynamic and what we've seen online, Logan seems like such a scummy older brother to Jake. Someone I would never want around. Comment below as well. First comment the Squidward thing, because that is the funniest thing.
What you look like.
Not at all.
You look like handsome
No, I
Squidward.
don't.
But also leave your predictions. Logan or Jake? I really, truly think Jake has that in the bag. And subscribe if you're new. I also have episode 2 of my podcast just launched. So links below. It's really fun, really good. I hope you enjoy it. Spotify and YouTube below. Please check it out. It means so much to me. It's such a passion project. And, you know, we're building it from nothing to something, hopefully. So every support really, really matters. Until next time, fuck off.
You little pickle.
Whatever
Oh, you're
happened
so cute.
2 or 3 years